right, shalom, shalom, Israel. This is Pastor John Tatum. I'm with Sister Joy here from Egypt, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself. And she came to visit us today, and we just want to hear what her testimony is about, meeting us, being with us, and fellowshipping with us all the way in Chicago. So go ahead, Sister Joy. Tell the people a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and how you doing, and how you been.
Well, I grew up in Egypt. I was born and raised there, and I lived there about half of my life. And then I moved to America, and I've been here for the other half. Hallelujah. So I found out, I was raised Christian, and 2 years ago I found out who the true Hebrews are in the Bible.
And who are the true Hebrews?
You.
Ain't that something else? Yeah. She recognized who the true Hebrews.
That's my neighbor right here.
You hear that? Wow, beautiful.
Yeah, I grew up, we always knew our neighbors like Libya in the west, Sudan in the south, Saudi Arabia in the east. We always know them. We visit each other. We work in each other's lands. We speak each other's language. But I personally was never taught who lives behind the borders of Israel. We always knew, it's not easy to visit over there. Like, you have to have certain papers or be interrogated. Like, my brother went to Israel, and he was interrogated for 4 hours before he was allowed to enter. Wow. Because he's Egyptian. It says Egyptian on his passport. So we never knew who lives there. And then when I came to America, after 20 years, I finally had the opportunity to work with Jewish people. And I figured, first of all, we don't look alike. We don't have the same traditions. We don't relate so much. And I literally looked up to God and I said, if those are your children, then I don't know you, because it matches nothing that, this book here says.
Hallelujah. That's a Hebrew book you get, right?
Yeah, that's a Hebrew book. This is Hebrew history.
Hallelujah.
It is the history of Israel. It talks about Israel. It's the center. It's the topic of this book. And every other nation that's mentioned in there, it talks about the context around this nation. So it's not about any other nation. Not even about Egypt, but it talks about Egypt a lot in relation to Israel.
So how did you get a chance to know me or find out anything about me and whatever?
Well, I met you on Facebook, and I'm so glad and very grateful to be invited here, because you are the first Hebrew to accept me and invite me to your home and to your fellowship. I'm very grateful for that, and I want to be able to serve and do anything I can to help build with and for the nation of Israel, because I know, as an Egyptian who grew up in Egypt, that if Israel is in order and in leadership, then the world will be in order. Hallelujah.
Well, we're going to definitely get you on a plane so you can go to Israel.
Please do.
And you can go visit the places that I visited and be received. Let me ask you this. How was service today? And, the fellowship of the saints and the communion and the spirit of the place and the music and all of those type of things. How did it go today?
Well, the spirit is definitely here. I felt it as soon as I walked in the house, before you even started preaching or singing. There's warmth, there's love, there's acceptance, there's peace in here.
Hallelujah.
Those are all things like fruits of the spirit, and it's just very simple in a good way. Just nothing here is complicated or confusing.
Glory to the King.
But as far as the lesson today, it was great. I've been watching your lessons for several weeks now, or maybe months, and it's really great because it's precept upon precept, and you're able to point things out in order to teach us history and what went down first in history and who did what. We're paying attention to details. So today we talked about Esau and his history.
Yeah.
And
he's something else, ain't he?
Yeah.
Esau something else.
You pointed out the whole thing about how he sold his birthright, not lost it or whatever. I can't remember exactly the word you used, but he sold it. I know this without you. So I know he sold it because I'm very in touch with the whole lentil soup thing, because lentil soup in Egypt until this day is a big dish for us, and it tastes so good. We make it so good, red lentil soup, that I do see why someone would, if they're so hungry, they would sell if they didn't care,
Right.
about their birthright.
Like Esau didn't care, did he?
Yeah, but also birthright is very important in Egypt until this day.
Wow.
It's something we don't take lightly. Like, we always want the son, to have a son, and the oldest son or the oldest child they have a certain responsibility in the family.
Yeah.
So for him to sell that, he just totally did not see any value
Right.
in
Yeah.
being, the first son or being or having any inheritance from the Most High. Like,
Hallelujah.
it's like tying
That's
the
right.
Most High.
Well, sister, we're so glad and happy that you came out to fellowship and meet your new family. And we're here for you. Anything we can do to help, to assist you in your growth and development, we're here. We're your family, period, And we're not going to be like some folks there, bring you into the family and kick you out the next moment. But you truly our family, and we mean that. And anything we can do to help, to assist in your growth and your development and your maturity and the things of the Most High, we're here. We're just a phone call away. We're just a city away, And we're going to definitely get you to come to Israel with us and just enjoy the celebration of the Passover, because that's what we're planning on making our journey there next year. But can you speak some words in Hebrew? Some not in Hebrew, but in Arabic, some words of peace, or blessing upon us. So, because people will look at this and say, "She ain't really from Egypt." People are just that ignorant, So go speak a little Arabic, just so people can know that you truly what we said you was.
Well, I want to say Antum Shab Israel, which means you are the nation of Israel.
Hallelujah.
And Mubarak Shab Israel, blessed is the nation of Israel. And Ta'alu al-Bayt, come home.
Hallelujah. We got to come home and return back to the lands of our forefathers.
We need you. We need you in Egypt for sure.
So if people are watching this and would say, how you know we the people of the book? What would you say to them? What would be one of the things you would tell somebody if you saw somebody like that just didn't know what was going on or what was happening?
It's a long list, but I mean, first of all, just from today, not today, but nowadays, I can relate to you so much, your nation, and but in the Bible, it talks about Deuteronomy 28. It talks about the ships send you back to Egypt on ships. Now, I grew up in Egypt the first. Now I live in America, which is Egypt the second.
Wow, that's good.
I see this for fact. I see how America is going and just walking in the footsteps of Egypt, which I believe Egypt is the blueprint for evil.
Hallelujah. That's right.
So America is walking in that path,
Well, glory to the King. Mm-hmm. Now that's what we're talking about. A someone who came and was an eyewitness to the fellowship. Got a chance to meet me, myself, Sister Tahila, Sister Joan, got my mom, and all the other saints and brethren that worship and celebrate the Father here. And you would say, peace be still. Peace is in this place, and the Spirit of Yahweh is here.
Absolutely.
Well, hallelujah. Well, you heard it from somebody who come from Egypt and is over here in Chicago fellowshipping with her brother, because you're my sister. And we thank the Father for you. Yeah. So peace and blessings. Shalom, shalom, Israel. Shabbat shalom. Enjoy the rest of your Sabbath. And remember, tomorrow's the day to work. It's the first day of the week.
Yes, it is. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.